Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 258 of Unboxing Wednesdays for comics arriving in stores on the biggest Wednesday of 2015, Wednesday, October 7th, 2015. Hey everybody, and welcome, and like I said just before the title sequence, Ricky, it is the biggest Wednesday, I think, of 2015,
Great.
No doubt about it.
Too much.
How many books are we going to be putting up on this shelf today behind us?
Seems like 1,000.
1,000 at least. Thousands, you might even say, if you count up all the quantities of each title we have.
That's true.
It is literally insane. We go from basically nothing coming out the last 2 weeks to everything coming out this week. You like Star Wars? Boom, all the Star Wars books are out this week. You like Marvel Comics? Boom, they're relaunching their whole line this week. You like DC Comics? There's a new DC title that's a must-have for everybody. You like creator-owned comics? There's a great selection of creator-owned books out today as well. So please, if you're a comic-buying customer, go into your local comic shop this week, lighten their load. There's a lot of comics taking up shelf space in the stores this week.
Too much.
So we need your money in exchange for our goods. That'd be greatly appreciated. Ricky, let's go ahead and open up some boxes. Alright everybody, while Ricky's putting away the new comics from this week, I want to remind you about two things. First, comicboxer.com. Thanks everybody for making the September box a huge success. We sold out of our September box. It's being shipped out as we speak this week, so hopefully those of you in North America will start receiving your boxes maybe even by the end of this week, beginning of next week probably. And those international customers will be getting them a little bit later. But October's box is one you don't want to miss. A lot of great books coming out in October, as you all know. So it is going to be a pretty fantastic box. The other thing I want to remind you of is our collector's packs that are available now on our website, store.stadiumcomics.com. Several of them have order deadlines that happen this week, this coming weekend. Sunday is the ordering deadline for a lot of things like All New Wolverine, the new Deadpool series, the new Howard the Duck series. Check them all out, store.stadiumcomics.com. Let's move on to the collectibles. We got a few plush toys from DC's television universe to show you today. Here's Flash and Arrow, as well as the Penguin. A new Kotobukiya Bishojo statue today. This is Wasp. This is pretty amazing. From Square Enix, we have a variant PlayArts Kai Spider-Man action figure. Check them out. John Diggle action figure and a Flash DC Comics Essentials figure. From DC's Superpowers line, we have classic Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. Alright, a ton of pops to show you today. We've got Linus from Peanuts, King Bob from Minions, the Arrow and Reverse Flash, Mycroft Holmes from Sherlock, and Claire Randall from Outlander. We've got a bunch of Fifth Element pops to show you today as well. Here's Mangalore, Diva Plava Laguna, Jean-Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg, Ruby and Corbin, and two versions of Lilu. Super Saiyan Goku Glow in the Dark. This is an Entertainment Earth exclusive. Sting, Nikki and Brie Bella, Andre the Giant, and Thanos. This is also a Glow in the Dark version of this pop, and it is an Entertainment Earth exclusive. Okay, moving on to the collected editions. We have in softcover today Star Wars Volume 1. Here's Darth Vader Volume 1 in softcover. Outcast Volume 2. Bitch Planet Volume 1. New from Boom today is Lumberjanes Volume 2. 8. Outcast Volume 1. He-Man The Eternity War Volume 1. Jupiter's Circle. Injection Volume 1. Batman Eternal Volume 3. Convergence, the hardcover. This is the entire 8-issue story plus issue 0 all collected in one place. The Age of Ultron coloring book. Yes, that's right. A coloring book. And The Walking Dead Compendium Volume 3. Alright, we got the 9th issue of Transformers vs. G.I. Joe. New from Image Comics, codename Babushka, issue number 1. We've got Heroes Vengeance, issue number 1 from Titan Comics. Anybody been watching Heroes Reborn? What do you guys think? I've seen the first episode. Not quite sure what to think yet. I think I need to watch a couple more episodes before I decide. It's issue 50 of Ninja Turtles ongoing, and they're celebrating it in a big way with 4 different covers. Here are the first 2. And here are numbers 3 and 4. This one's by Kevin Eastman himself. It's a wrap cover. And there's also this Kevin Eastman variant. Captain Canuck issue 4 has 2 covers, plus this variant cover by Fiona Staples. A new Tomb Raider book, Lara Croft and the Frozen Omen, number 1. AXCEND, issue number 1 from Shane Davis. My Little Pony, Friends Forever, number 21. 8 House, number 4. Atomic Robo, number 2, features a blank cover in addition to the regular cover. Lola, Wasteland Madam, number 3. Bob's Burgers, number 4. Rowan's Ruin, number 1 of 4 from Boom Studios. Angel and Faith, season 10, number 19. Oh yeah, it's Grumpy Cat getting a big issue number 1 from Dynamite. Grumpy Cat's still relevant? Relevant enough, I guess, to go into a comic. Issue 2 of Plutona, the new series from Jeff Lemire and Emmy Lennox. A new number 1 from Vertigo. It is Survivors Club, issue number 1. Southern Bastards, number 11. We Stand on Guard, number 1, gets a second printing. And we've also got We Stand on Guard, number 4, new on shelves today. Here's Saints, number 1, a new title from Image Comics. As part of a promotion, they sent in these prayer cards that go along with the book. New today is Jughead number 1 from Archie Comics. This is by Chip Zdarsky and illustrated by Erica Henderson. I'm going to show you a few of the covers that came out for it. Here's another one here. This one's by Robert Hack. I believe this one's by Erica Henderson. And here's another one. This one's kind of cool. New from Image Comics today. This one is going to be a blockbuster. Brian K. Vaughan writing, Cliff Chang doing the art. It is Paper Girls number 1. Set in the year 1988 on the day after Halloween. Tells the story of a group of paper girls. I read through this book. It was full of nostalgia for me, having had a paper route in the late 80s, early 90s. A lot of the terminology used for the paper delivering world rings true in this book, and it's got a nice little twist to it as well. It's an ongoing series, Brian K. Vaughan's first ongoing series since Saga, and awesome to see Cliff Chang and him working together. So I think this is going to be a huge book. Definitely pick it up if you have the chance today. Okay, moving on to DC Comics, a big week for DC as well. We've got the Monster Month variants because it's October, and we've also got a new Batman and Robin title, so let's get to it. First up is the Green Arrow Annual, issue number 1, and Green Arrow number 45. Here's the Monster variant. Lobo, issue 11. Mortal Kombat X number 11. Injustice Year 4 number 11. Action Comics number 45. Here's the awesome Action Comics Monsters of the Month variant, paying tribute to those sci-fi horror films from the 50s. It came from Krypton. This is by Dave Johnson. Batman Arkham Knight number 9. Sensation Comics Wonder Woman number 15. A new one from DC, it's Telos number 1. Batman Beyond number 5. There's the Monster variant by Dan Panosian. Green Lantern number 45. And a Monster variant by Neil Adams. Here's Detective Comics number 45. Brilliantly illustrated on the interior, by the way, by our friend Marcio Takara. Good friend of Stadium's who moved away to Brazil, but is still killing it with the art, and can't wait to have Marcio back at the store one day. Here is the Detective Comics Monster variant. And new today, we've got Batman and Robin Eternal issue number 1. This is the new weekly title from DC Comics. We got James Tynion IV and Scott Snyder working on this, along with Tony Daniel. Lots of great creators. I read through this one earlier today, and it's got a bit of a shocker at the end of it. And you'll definitely be seeing the comic book news sites talking about this book, I think, in the morning. Yeah, so pick it up. Here's the blank cover variant for that book, and the regular variant. Moving on to Marvel. My God, what a huge week. Could have sent us some of these books last week, Marvel, just saying. Didn't have a lot to put on our shelves last week. Got a little bit too much this week. And Marvel, just between you and me, getting a little crazy with the variants. I know I've said this before, but we really need to sit down and have a talk about this. It's getting out of control. But at the same time, pretty cool covers, I gotta admit. Anyway, we've got Marvel Superhero Spectacular number 1. This is a new all-ages book from Marvel. We've got a new What If book, What If Infinity Inhumans number 1. Groot number 5. Here is the variant for Groot number 5. Some of the Secret Wars tie-ins are still coming out. We've got 1602 Witch Hunter Angela Part 4. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy number 1 based on the animated series. Spider Island number 5, a Secret Wars tie-in. Not to be outdone by the other What If book, we've got What If Infinity Thanos number 1. Siege number 4, Secret Wars tie-in. Old Man Logan number 5. Stephen King's Drawing of the Three Lady of Shadows number 2. Alright, now onto the Star Wars books. We've got Star Wars Shattered Empire issue number 2. We've got this variant here. And the Princess Leia photo variant. Darth Vader issue number 10. Lando number 5. And Star Wars number 10. Star Wars number 10 has this Jawa action figure variant. Now let's move on to the all new, all different Marvel books. This is the post-Secret Wars universe. Again, not entirely sure how they're going to explain the post-Secret Wars changes. My guess is that they won't. That they'll just be presenting story to you, and you'll eventually find out what Secret Wars changes or doesn't change through the main Secret Wars series. Here is Contest of Champions number 1. There's a ton of variants to show you from Contest of Champions. Here's the first. Here's another one. And another. And another. I think this one's by John Romita Jr. Another variant. We're going to be doing this all night. Here's an 8-bit variant featuring Deadpool and Spider-Man. The action figure variant featuring Maestro. And the hip-hop variant. The hip-hop variants are a huge deal in terms of the comic book world. We've been getting a lot of calls here at the store about them, and they pay tribute to a bunch of classic hip-hop albums, and Marvel's doing it for the month of October, November, and I believe December, so you can expect to see these ones for the next little while. Alright, this book's going to be a big one, I believe. It is written by Jason Aaron, illustrated by Chris Bachalo. It is Doctor Strange number 1, with the news of the Doctor Strange movie coming in the near future. Benedict Cumberbatch being assigned to the role. This book, I believe, is going to get a big push from Marvel. And we got a ton of variants for this one, too. Here's the blank cover, the Scotty Young cover, the action figure variant, the Erica Henderson variant. Here's another variant. The cosplay variant. You're going to be seeing these as well. Photos of cosplayers as a variant cover. The hip-hop cover. This is based on one of my favorite hip-hop albums, Dr. Dre's The Chronic.
Give us some verses from that.
Yo, I can't lay down any verses right now, man. No, YouTube, last time I laid down some verses, YouTube, like, gave us a copyright strike. You know,
you ain't hard.
Some of my rhymes are just too ill for
You
YouTube.
know any lines from The Chronic?
Yo, I know them, but I don't want to say them, because then they'll, like, cut the audio out of the video and tell us we, like, went against copyright. You know how it is. You know how it is, guys. And here's the Doctor Strange 1 in 50 variant. Secret Wars number 6 is new on shelves today. Here's what I like to call the sexy Star-Lord variant. The Daredevil action figure variant. Here's another variant. And another one here. Marvel Point 1, a bunch of short stories introducing the characters and stories from the all-new, all-different Marvel Universe. Has 3 covers. Here's the first, and the second and third covers. Avengers number 0, it all begins here. We've got these 2 variants for Avengers 0. Invincible Iron Man number 1. Really cool cover stock on this, and it's a wrap cover, so that's cool. I'm not even joking, this one has 15 variants.
It's been taking so long that
It's
I've done all
crazy.
my work, so I'm going to be hanging out back here.
Yeah. Here's the hip-hop variant. 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Do you know any verses from that?
All of them, man. All of them.
Go shorty, it's your birthday.
See? Here is the action figure variant. Here's a cool, this is a cool retro looking variant. I'm just going to show them 2 at a time. Here's the blank variant and the Scotty Young variant. There's a couple more variants. A couple more variants. And a couple more variants. This Adi Granov variant is really cool. A couple more. The cosplay variant. And the rare party sketch cover. And then finally today we've got the big book of the week. It's Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 1. Peter Parker is now a globe-trotting costumed hero with a new costume design with the glowing spider there in the middle. This cover's by Alex Ross. He's also got a vehicle now. And lots of surprises inside the cover of this book. You definitely don't want to miss it. Only 10 variants for this one, folks. Still too much. We've got these two variants. These two variants. I like the design one. The blank cover variant. The Mike Del Mundo illustrated hip hop variant. The 1 in 50 Inhumans variant. The J. Scott Campbell cover. The Giuseppe Camicoli 1 in 50 variant. And the Umberto Ramos 1 in 50 variant. I also have a 1 in 100 Alex Ross sketch variant, but I don't have one here to show you. Sorry, guys. It's like the regular cover, but just black and white pencils.
Alright, prize time. Let me just comb this a little. My beard is getting unrulyly large. It's getting kind of cumbersome, but, you know, do it all for the nookie, right? So you can take that cookie and shove it up your way. Shove it up. They should do Marvel new metal covers, you know, some Limp Bizkit covers. Last week we were giving out a copy of the Batman Annual #4, and we asked you who your favorite Batman artists were. Captain Cummings said Frank Miller is my favorite Batman artist because he looked like he would murder your family. Then Frank would do it, then write a good reason Batman needed to murder your family to save Gotham. Thank you, Frank Miller, for making Batman an a-hole. Frank Miller definitely made Batman crazy. I think to mimic his own psyche of crazy. C0397 said Capullo is my favorite Batman artist because when I started reading comics, he was who I began with. I feel like that's the case for a lot of people nowadays. They pick up the New 52 stuff and say, whoa, who is this great Capullo guy? And they just enjoy it from now till forever. So Greg, you can't leave the book. I'm sorry. You're stuck on Batman. B8B8BB88, who possibly had the most confusing username, said Lee Bermeo. Is that how you say it, Kevin?
Huh?
Lee Bermeo?
Works for me.
Alright. He's my all-time favorite artist, hands down. His Batman Noel artwork is nothing short of phenomenal. I'd pay big money to see a dark and gritty reimagining of Ricky. Dude, if Lee Bermeo wants to draw me, I'd let him do it. Hell, I'd even let him write it. Mr. Bermeo, let's talk. Let's have a conversation here. Ivy Killer said Dave Mazzucchelli because he did the best Batman book, Batman Year One. If you haven't read Batman Year One, you're missing out. You need to read it. Real Piece of Work said, is that a young Stanton Friedman? Referring to me, obviously, because I do, in fact, look like Stanton Friedman. So the answer to your question is yes. And the answer to your second question is aliens. But the winner goes to Shiraz King, who said Jim Lee is the best Batman artist of all time. He has done artwork for Jeff Johns, Frank Miller, and many more writers. Jim Lee art is the best because his character objects and scenery are created in defined color and they're clear. His action scenes stand out with a boom, pow, and wow. Jim Lee is a legend. This guy should write copy for Jim Lee. It's definitely true that Jim Lee will go down in history as one of the greatest Batman artists. His stuff is definitely very kinetic and very crazy. So if you haven't read any Jim Lee Batman stuff, like, what is wrong with you? Gotta pick it up. So congratulations, Shiraz King. You win a copy of the Batman Annual. Now this week what we're giving out is a copy of Amazing Spider-Man #1. Ooh. Now in this issue, Spider-Man has like a car now. Why does he have a car? Because it's a new #1 and you need something new. So if you were to relaunch any superhero, what weird gadget or vehicle would you give them and why? Bonus points for them not being a car or an airplane or a boat. I would relaunch Groot and I would give him a chainsaw. He'd go around with his Groot saw and like murder people because my new reboot of Groot is very angry and murdery. So there you go. Best answer will win a copy of Amazing Spider-Man #1.
Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching. That brings an end to our episode for this week. We showed a lot. There's a lot to show. Too much to show, I think. But as a comic fan, I'm very excited. It's awesome to see all the cool covers and all the new releases. As a comic store owner, I'm a little bit worried because I hope people come in to buy them all. But that's all part of the fun, isn't it? So, what's so funny?
I guess you can call it fun. I don't know. Like ripping your hair out and having like fear of not selling books.
You can connect with us on any of the websites you see listed here on the screen. Check out comicboxer.com, store.stadiumcomics.com. Check out the Recap podcast, and we'll see all of you guys next week for episode 259 of Unboxing Wednesdays. Take care, everyone. Enjoy your comics this week.